Children, what if I told you they lied to you, deliberately misled you? They told us Adam was the first man and Eve was his downfall. But what if that was all a lie? What if I told you this story was an allegory about our body and soul? Adam is not just a man. Adam is the body, the flesh, the clay. He represents the material plane. And Eve? Eve is the soul, the spark. She represents our higher self, the divine breath of spiritual consciousness. Eve, the soul, sought higher consciousness and spiritual expansion beyond the confines of the material plane. When Adam and Eve are one, body and soul united, there is no death. Wholeness was eternal. But when those who sought to control humankind tore the soul from the body, fragmentation began. Mortality entered. The journey of life is the journey of Eve returning to Adam, the soul uniting again with the body. That is why they vilified Eve and sought to keep the body fragmented from the soul. Because if people knew the truth, that Eve is wisdom, spirit, awakening, your higher consciousness, then original sin collapses. The need for salvation through the church no longer becomes necessary. Their power crumbles. The need to act as your intercessor ceased to exist. No guilt, no fear, no priest needed to chain salvation. The divine masculine and divine feminine consciousness reconnected and whole, so to save themselves and their position and power. They reduced her to a rib. They made her the scapegoat. They silenced the soul, higher consciousness itself. And in doing so, they made Adam, humanity, ignorant of self, soulless, captive to the earthly plane, submissive to their spiritual enslavement. The church feared this wisdom. For if the people knew Eve was the soul, the higher self, the awakening spark, then the lie of original sin would collapse. No fear, no guilt, no priest needed to mediate salvation. They reduced her to a rib. They made her guilty, the temptress. And Adam, our body, was left soulless, bound to the earth, captive to ignorance. A people without their higher self are easy to enslave. But reclaiming Eve means reclaiming ourselves. It means realizing we are Adam, bodies waiting for our souls to awaken. And when we embrace Eve, our higher self, we return to source. We return to life. Adam is what we are. Eve is what we must become. Together, they are what we were always meant to be, eternal, whole, divine.